Today, guys, we're going to be learning about the grade 7 paragraph structure. Now, this is going to be adding on to what you've already learned in grade 6. So, what are the differences between grade 6 paragraph and the grade 7 paragraph? Well, we're going to find out together. It's not going to be a difficult process, and in fact, you may be surprised at how easy it's going to be for you to catch on. So for a grade 6 structure, the first sentence had to be the topic sentence. The second sentence would be your evidence or your quote, and this is the example from the text that supports what your topic sentence says. If you're reading a text, it will always be word for word. The third sentence is your analysis or explanation. It's why the evidence or the quote that you've provided proves your point. And the fourth sentence is the concluding sentence that wraps up your paragraph. So as a refresher, let's go over the grade 6 paragraph. So here is an example of a grade 6 formal structured paragraph. Let's read it together. The character Stanley Yenats is very considerate. In the novel, it states, instead of showing it to Zigzag, Stanley brought it to X-Ray. Zigzag followed. This quote proves that Stanley is considerate because he was determined to help X-Ray. Once he found something that would help X-Ray, he went to him immediately. This proves how Stanley Yelnats is indeed considerate. So if you look at this paragraph, you'll see that the first sentence is the topic sentence, followed by a quoted evidence from the text with the page number. Then after that, you have some explanation as to why that evidence is proof that Stanley is considerate. Then you have a concluding sentence that wraps up the paragraph. So this is what your expectations were in grade 6 with regards to writing a paragraph. The transition from a grade 6 paragraph into a grade 7 paragraph is not that difficult. You still have a topic sentence, you still have your evidence and explanation. The difference is that your fourth sentence will be another piece of evidence from the text. That's right, a second piece of evidence. And along with that evidence is a second piece of explanation or analysis. And then you wrap up your sentence with your paragraph with a concluding sentence. So really, the only difference between a grade 6 paragraph and a grade 7 paragraph is that you are adding another piece of evidence and an explanation for that evidence into your paragraph. So here we have a grade 7 paragraph. Let's read it together and try and figure out what has been added to this paragraph to make it a grade 7 format. The character Stanley Yelnats is very considerate and helpful. In the novel, it states, instead of showing it to Zigzag, Stanley brought it to X-Ray. Zigzag followed. This quote proves that Stanley is considerate because he was determined to help X-Ray. Once he found something that would help X-Ray, he went to him immediately. The novel also states, yes, but I think he's lying. I think someone else stole the sack, and Caveman is covering up for X-Ray. This evidence proves that Stanley is also helpful because Stanley is lying to protect his friends from getting in trouble. Now that Stanley is part of the group, he's more cautious and thoughtful towards his friends. This proves how Stanley Yelnats is indeed considerate and helpful. The additions to the paragraph that transitioned it from a 6th to a 7th grade paragraph were quite obvious. As you can see here, highlighted in blue, there is a second evidence provided. And then below in yellow is the explanation for that evidence that explains how Stanley Yelnats is a helpful person.